Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole flock of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, the Most High, the Heavenly Father. His Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah, not Abba, not Yahuwah, not Hashem, not Yahweh, Haveh, Vaveh. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua, not Yahusha, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos. It's Yahweh Shah. So we got to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rikad Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishop and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. And the sincere salutation to all the Akim, believing this truth and pushing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the whole elect. Shalom to the Akwad who are listening learning, if you sisters who are listening learning. I'm Isaiah from Jim Messalano, Camp Prophet of Doom, coming into another lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification. Another day of edification, Lord, which be edifying. And just real quick, I was thinking about these devils, the self-proclaimed white man. As always, I was watching this movie, and they said all the evil in the world is because of the so-called white man. I forget what movie it is. I've been watching so many movies. But he said all the evil in the world is because of the self-proclaimed white man. So, and I thought about the precept I've been reading, Ecclesiastes 16, which I want to start with. So this is Ecclesiastes 16 and verse 23. It reads, "He that wanteth understanding will think upon vain things, and a foolish man erring imagineth follies." He that wanteth understanding will think upon vain things, and a foolish man erring imagineth follies. And in Job 28, it tell you that the wisdom of the Lord is not found in the land of the living. The wisdom of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, is not found in the land of the living. So, if you can't find righteousness, if you can't seek out righteousness, I was going through this other day in the lesson, John 3 and 27, as is written, a man cannot receive nothing except to be given him from heaven. And the Lord said in Deuteronomy 32, verse 2, that he can rain down his doctrine as dew, and it shall distill among the tender earth, which is the Israelites. So I've just been meditating on this because it tell you in Psalm 64 that they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, right? Let me read this again. Ecclesiastes 16 and 23. He that wanteth understanding will think upon vain things, because he can't think upon righteous things. The Lord didn't make the self-proclaimed white man to think upon righteous things. He made them to think upon wickedness, man. And to tell you let's get this. Jeremiah 13 and 23, it reads, "Can an Ethiopian change his skin, or the leper his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil." So, and I'm just putting these precepts together because the Lord said in Ecclesiastes, was that 1 and 15? Let's read it. None makes sense. And it's just me, you know, meditating with Yahweh Bashim Shah. Now it makes sense why the so-called white man can only do evil. We know he was made perfect on the left-hand side. The Lord made the self-proclaimed white man on the left-hand side completely wicked. As it tell you in Proverbs 26, it say, believe it or not, because in his heart is seven abominations in his heart, meaning he's completely wicked. So, man, Ecclesiastes 1:15, that which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting, meaning to be lacking, cannot be numbered. And it's talking about the self-proclaimed white man. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. And then I get this one, Ecclesiastes 7:13. Consider the work of God, for who can make that straight which he have made crooked? So go back to the Jeremiah 13:23. Let me see if I can get this in the translation. It's Jeremiah 13:23, because the Lord made them accustomed to be wicked. And the Lord showed them favor. When you read Isaiah 26:10, let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly. He would not behold the majesty of the Lord. Just get this. So, as it said in Ecclesiastes 16:23, he that wanteth understanding will think upon vain things, because the Lord is all righteous. Zephaniah 3:5. Every morning the Lord bringeth judgment to right. Every morning doeth the Lord bringeth his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. Psalms 89:14, it reads, justice and judgment is the habitation of Yahweh's throne. Righteousness and peace shall go before his face. Lamentation 3 it tell you that the Lord will not do evil, neither will he do good, because he's just. So if Ecclesiastes 16:23 reads, he that wanteth understanding will think upon vain things, and a fool will meditate on, and a fool would imagine of follies. So he can't, there is no way he can learn about the Lord. And the Lord made it that way and kept it that way. The Lord say in Deuteronomy 4:6 that he gave his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to Israel. Right? The nation's supposed to look and say, this is the wise, understanding people. Hey, this is what the Lord say in Luke 21:15. I have given thee a mouth and wisdom, which none of your adversaries can gainsay nor resist. Because this is a heritage of servants. As they tell you in Isaiah 54:17, this is a heritage of servants. So let's get to Jeremiah 13:23. See what the translation read. So this is the NLT. Can an Ethiopian change the color of his skin? Can a leopard take away its spots? Neither can you start doing good, for you have always done evil. And this is why I tell you in Proverbs 16, the Lord said he reserved the wicked for the day of evil. The NIV. Can an Ethiopian change his skin or a leopard his spots? Neither can you do good who are accustomed to doing evil. What's the NET? But there is a little hope. But there is a little hope for you ever doing good. You who are so accustomed to doing evil. Can an Ethiopian change his color or the skin? So they got it. They made it backwards. And there is no hope. It said, but there is little hope for you ever doing good. And there is no hope for the so-called white man when it comes to doing good. This is the BBE. Is it possible for the skin of an Ethiopian to be changed, or the markings on the leopard? Then it might be possible for you to do good who have been trained to do evil. And there is no hope, man. And this is why we stick with the KJV, man. Because there is no hope. There is no hope. Let's read it again. Jeremiah 13:23, NLT. Can an Ethiopian change the color of his skin, can a leopard take away its spots. Neither can you start doing good, for you have always done evil. And when you go to since I'm in the blue letter, when you go to Psalms 58:3, it reads, "The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. They are poisoned like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear." Now, this word here, it say the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And the elder brother Aram from Alabama made the point when they say they come out of the womb, right? They go astray as soon as they be born. So he was lining that up with the Renaissance, right? Which is rebirth. When they came out the caves, it tell you in Revelations 20 that he came out to deceive the nations. Not he was going to try. It was possible. It said that the Edomites went out to deceive the nations. When you go to the word astray here, H8582, to err, wonder, go astray, stagger. To err. What it said in Ecclesiastes 16:23, he that wanteth understanding. To err, wonder, go astray, stagger. To err, to wonder about physically. That's what Cain did. They say Cain dwelt in the land of Nod. Nod mean the wonder of intoxication, of sin, ethically, wandering of the mind. To be made to wonder about, to be made to stagger. That's the Isaiah 29:9 as it reads, "Stay yourselves in wonder, cry ye out and cry. They stagger, but not with wine." They say they are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. And what are the people drunken in? How are they drunk? What are they staggering from? It's a philosophies. You read in Colossians 2:8. To be made to wonder about, to be made to stagger, drunkard. To be led astray ethically. And he took away which the Lord let him do it, but he took away everything from so-called Negro, Latinos, Native American, West Indians, and Haitians, and said that we are just spick, spooks, porch monkeys, wetbacks, and savages. Those are all the bywords for the 12 tribes of Israel. To cause to wonder about physically, to cause to wonder of intoxication, to cause to err, mislead, mentally and morally. To cause to err mentally and morally. To wonder, this is a strong definition. Wonder, seduce, stagger, out of the way, deceived, i.e., real or astray, It got go astray, deceive, dissemble, right? What's that? Dissemble is divide and conquer, right? Cause to make to err, seduce, wonder, be out of the way. And this is what Esau Edom have done, man. So, I want to go back to this. So I got a few precepts here, man. I was just putting these precepts together. Just from this one precept, Ecclesiastes 16:23, I'm going to read it again. He that wanteth understanding will think upon vain things, because he can't think upon the Lord. He'll never understand Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. So what the Lord left him with? To meditate upon vain things. So this is why Psalm 64 makes sense when it say, let me read it. Let's read this again. Ecclesiastes 16:23. He that wanteth understanding will think upon vain things, and a foolish man erring imagining follies. So this is Psalms 64. Psalm 64:4, it reads, they encourage themselves, Psalm 64:5, they encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of land snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. See, so all they can think on, all they can think about is vain things. This is Proverbs 26. Hey, and this guy, and this guy, he's completely wicked, man. He's completely wicked. This is Proverbs 26 and 24. He that hateth dissembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. Meaning he's completely wicked, man. Whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. How is the self-proclaimed white man wickedness showed before the whole congregation? The unicorn. The World Wide Web, man. Everything about the self-proclaimed white man and his wickedness is throughout the 4 corners of the earth, man. Again, Proverbs 26 and 25. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. Because he's completely wicked, man. Hey, and call out Yahweh Shema Shah for giving us the understanding of this devil, man. And that's why the Lord said in Ecclesiasticus 12, never trust thine enemies. And then you got this one here in Ecclesiasticus 9. It's Ecclesiasticus 9 and 13, and reads, keep thee far from the man that have power to kill. Job 9 and 24. Micah 2 and 1. Keep thee far from the man that have power to kill, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares. This so-called white man is a snare, he's a trap. And that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. See, this devil is something else, man. But the Lord made him because he can think about the Lord, but the Lord is not letting him. The Lord preserved this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding for so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. This is Job 28 and 12. But where shall wisdom be found? And where is the place of understanding? Man knoweth not the price thereof, neither is it found in the land of the living. The depth said, it is not in me, and the sea saith, it is not with me. It cannot be gotten for gold, neither shall silver be weighed for the price thereof. It cannot be valued with gold of Ophir, with the precious onyx or the sapphire. The gold and the crystal cannot equal it, and the exchange of it shall not be for jewels or fine gold. No mention shall be made of coral or of pearls, for the price of wisdom is above rubies. The topaz of Ethiopia shall not equal it, neither shall it be valued with pure gold. Whence then cometh wisdom? And where is the place of understanding? Seeing it is hid from the eyes of all living, and keep close from the fowls of the air. So where is wisdom? Destruction, and death say, we have heard the fame thereof with our ears. God understands the way thereof, and he knoweth the place thereof. So, where is the wisdom? As John said, John 3 and 27, as it reads, John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except to be given him from heaven. So, he that want of understanding, all thing he can think on is vain things, man, because he can't find the Lord. And the best hope that they got is to get it. And this is why they give Jake gifts to exploit Jake, man. They give Jake gifts so they can look at the gift that Jake got from the Lord, even though they 2/3, and be like, man, that's why they love to sit courtside at the games, right? Whether it's football or basketball, they love to sit in the skybox and watch Jake, because even in the book uh, a Negro, a beast, or in the image of God, these Edomites know, man. So they look at Jake. What's this guy? Larry Bird said, which he may be a Jake, the apostle say. They said, if the Lord had to come down in the earth in a body, this is what Larry Bird said, it would be Michael Jordan. So they look at Jake. They look at the magnificence of Jake because they know that Jake is made directly from the Heavenly Father through His only begotten Son. And then they give Jake gifts to make him bad, man, to destroy him, because they can never get that, man. They can never be what Jake is, man. Jeremiah 51:19 to tell you that Jacob is the form of all things, man. Let's get this. And I was just reading these precepts. I want to get these. Ecclesiastes, because I was going through. Oh, let me get this first. Psalms 49 and 20. Because it said in Ecclesiastes 16 and 23, he that wanteth understanding will think upon vain things, because he'll never know the Lord, man. Because the Lord is all righteous. The Lord is completely righteous, man. So the so-called white man will never know the Lord. Never. The Lord made them completely wicked and gave him a whole lot of wickedness, man. And he gave this devil the lot of wickedness. So go have at it, man. Do what you do in wickedness. That's why to watch Jake, as this what's that? Proverbs 29 and 26. Many seeketh the ruler's favor, man. Jake is destroyed because the so-called white man with it, and everything he has done is in wickedness, man. He have glorified wickedness, but Jake is cool with that. These are the 2/3. Psalms 49 and 20. Man that is in honor. Who's in honor right now? The so-called white man is in honor. He's the top dog right now. Psalms 49 and 20. Man that is in honor and understandeth not is like the beasts that perish. See, it said he don't understand. So what the Lord gave him is a lot of wickedness. Ecclesiastes 19 and 22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. See, there is a wickedness, and the same an abomination, and there is a fool wanting in wisdom. And that's the so-called white man. He want wisdom, but he can't get it. So the Lord gave him wickedness. He can't get wisdom. So the Lord gave him wickedness. Now this is I was just going through some of these Ecclesiastes chapters. Ecclesiastes 6 and 1. It reads, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and it is common among men. A man to whom God hath given riches, wealth, and honor. I just read Psalms 49 and 20 say, man that is in honor and understandeth not is like the beasts that perish. A man to whom God hath given riches, wealth, and honor, so that he wanteth nothing. Hey, and to show you, you got these so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, West Indian, Haitian celebrities. They got riches, but they ain't wealthy. They got riches, but they don't got honor, because you still looked at as a nigger. A man that whom God hath given riches, wealth, and honor, so that he wanteth nothing for his soul, all that he desireth. That's a so-called white man, right? Habakkuk 2. Yet God giveth him not power to eat thereof, but a stranger eateth it. This is vanity, and it is an evil disease. He said he give him not power to eat thereof. He don't understand, man. When Solomon was going to Wisdom of Solomon 7, when the Lord gave him the understanding of all things, man, it reads, verse 3, if a man begetteth 100 children and live many years, so that the days of his years be many, and his soul be not filled with good, and also that he have not burial, I say that an untimely birth is better than he. For he cometh in with vanity, and departeth in darkness, and his name shall be covered with darkness, man. That's the so-called white man. So it don't matter what he got, man. And this is verse 5. Moreover, he have not seen the Son, which is the truth, righteousness, nor known anything concerning the Lord. This have more rest than the other. Yeah, though he live 1,000 years, twice told, yet have he seen no good. Because all he knows is wickedness. He's accustomed to being wicked. Do not all go to one place? All the labor of man is for his mouth, and yet the appetite is not filled. Habakkuk 2. So what have the wise more than the fool? What have the poor that knoweth to walk before the living? Better is the sight of the eyes that the wondering of the desire. Better is the sight of the eyes than the wondering of the desire. Esau is made to wonder. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit. That which have been is namely already, and that is known, that is man, neither may he contend with him that is mightier than he. Seeing there be many things that increase vanity, what is man the better? For who knoweth what is good for man in his life, in this life, all the days of his vain life, which he spendeth as a shadow? For who can tell a man what shall be after him under the sun? It say this Ecclesiastes 6:12. For who knoweth what is good for man in his life, all the days of his vain life? Ecclesiastes 16:23 said, it reads, he that wanteth understanding, think upon vain things. For who knoweth what is good for man in this life, all the days of his vain life, which he spendeth as a shadow? For who can tell a man what shall be after him under the sun? Now this is Ecclesiastes 7:19, 7:11. Wisdom is good with inheritance, and by it there was profit to them that see the sun, which is the truth. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. This verse 19. Wisdom strengtheneth the wise more than 10 mighty men which are in the city. Hey, and the so-called white man don't got this wisdom, man. This is Ecclesiastes 8 verse 9. All this have I seen and applied my heart unto every work that is done under the sun. There is a time wherein one man ruleth over another to his own hurt. And so I saw the wicked buried, who have come and gone from the place of the holy, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This also is vanity. And the Lord gave them the holy place. And what are they doing with it? As the scripture said, they trodden it down on their feet, man. This is Ecclesiastes 9:3. Precepts I was picking out to go with Ecclesiastes 16:23. This is an evil among all things that are done under the sun, that there is one event unto all. Also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they live, and after that they go to the dead. See? Ecclesiastes 9:3. There is an evil among all things that are done under the sun, that there is one event unto all. Also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they live, and after that they go to the dead. See? So we are watching the so-called white man destroy his own self. As the Lord, man, so many precepts. Psalms 37:15. Their own sword shall enter to their sword shall enter to their own heart. Job 20, right? Of the snares that he set, his own feet is taken. Man, so many precepts. This is Ecclesiastes 9:18. Wisdom is better than weapons of war. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good. And that's the so-called white man. Oh, let's read this. Ecclesiastes 9:16. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. The words of the wise men are heard in quiet, more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good. Hey, because he's not fit to rule, which I'm finna read this. This is Ecclesiastes, what's that, 10 and 12. The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool will swallow up himself. Right? This is verse 13. Ecclesiastes 10 and 13. The beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness, and the end of his talk is mischievous madness. A fool also is full of words. A man cannot tell what shall be, and what shall be after him. Who can tell? Who can tell them him? Who can tell them him? I'm sorry, who can tell him? Nobody. Hey, but it tell you in Job, what's that, 21, who shall declare his way to his face, which is the men of the Lord. The labor of the foolish wearieth every one of them, because he knoweth not to go to the city. See, this is what I want to make this point on right here. Because it tell you, he can't rule the city, man. Right? What's that, Proverbs 29? Let's go to this. Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Right? So back to this Ecclesiastes 10. Ecclesiastes 10 and 12. The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool will swallow up himself. The beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness, and the end of his talk is mischievous madness. Verse 14. A fool also is full of words. A man cannot tell what shall be, and what shall be after him. Who can tell him? Verse 15. The labor of the foolish wearieth every one of them, the Edomites, because it's all confusion, because he knoweth not how to go to the city, meaning he don't know how to rule, because we dealing with children that's in rulership, man. What is that? Is that Ecclesiastes 10? Let me see. I might be still. Let me go back. Yeah, verse 16. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. And this is why you see breakfast spots everywhere, man. IHOP, Dunkin' Donuts, Denny's, Waffle House, right? They don't know how to rule, man. Cause it wouldn't be no all after hour spots for you to go eat at, man. Denny's, Waffle House, IHOP, these different places, right? Waffle House. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. But this is their rulership, so they can do whatever they want to do, man. But we watching it fall. Blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles, and thy princes eat in due season for strength and not for drunkenness. See, you could be a gluttonous here in Babylon the Great, America, throughout other parts of the world where Esau has pushed his draconian measures, his constitutions, right? His penal codes, his statutes. You could do whatever you want to do, man. In wickedness. Because he's completely wicked. Man, the Lord is cold, man. This is beautiful. This is what else I had? This devil is something else, man. He's something else. This is verse 18 by Ecclesiastes 10 and 18. By much slothfulness the building decayeth, and through idleness of the hands the house droppeth through. And what he has done, he's consulted shame to his house, man. Let's get it. Proverbs 11 and 29. It reads, he that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind, and the fool shall be servant to the wise of heart. Oh, Proverbs 19, right? Delight is not seemly for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over princes. So he's going back to the basis of men where he's supposed to be at. Proverbs 16 and Proverbs 15 and 27. He that is greedy of gain troubleth his own house, but he that hateth gifts shall live. And the big bro Nahar just did a lesson on this guy was talking about how the elites give these gifts to Jake in Hollywood and destroy their lives, man. But him that the Lord dealing with integrity should not take a bribe, man. Because, hey, the Lord brought us back to stand in great boldness to push this gospel, man. And see, this is beautiful because Esau, as it said in Ecclesiasticus 16, let's read it again. I'm going to come back to this Proverbs 15 and 23. Ecclesiasticus 16 and 23. It reads, he that wanteth understanding will think upon vain things, and a foolish man err and imagine follies. Right? So this is Proverbs 15 and 23. A man have joy by the ounce of his mouth, and a word spoken in due season, how good is it? See, because this is about Proverbs 27 and 23, knowing the state of thy flocks and looking well to the herds. The so-called white man don't care about people, man. He's anti-life and pro-death. He don't care, man. But, man, the Lord has given us everything that we need to understand the so-called white man. Now, it said, I'm going to read this again, Ecclesiastes 16, because this is the whole bill for these precepts. Ecclesiastes 16 and 23, he that wanteth understanding will think upon vain things, because he can't think upon the Lord. He don't know righteousness. And a foolish man erring imagining follies. So this is Ecclesiastes 10 and 5. It reads, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun as an error, which proceeded from the ruler, the self-proclaimed white man. Folly, it said in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. See? So I was just meditating on that, man. So I just want to get some precepts. Because I was watching this movie. I forget what movie it was, but he said, all the evil in the world is done by the so-called white man. And the Lord say, let me get this too. Hey, because Yahweh Bashim Shai is, man, magnificent. I don't even know, man, because the Lord showed this devil favor in the land of the living, man. Gave them the Holy Land. And they don't know the Lord. Gave them the Holy Land and they don't know the Lord, man. Isaiah 26 and 10, let favor be showed to the wicked. Yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness, where he deal unjustly, he would not behold the majesty of the Lord. And I read the precept. The Lord said, he gave them the land of they lived in the land of the holy, man, in Ecclesiastes. And they still deal unjustly. Why? Because he that wanteth understanding will think upon vain things. Because there's only one understanding. There's only one gospel. There's only one spirit. There's only one baptism. And it's Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushua. If the Lord don't give you this understanding, then where your mind is at? Let's get this by 2/3 of Jake. Proverbs 21 and 16. If the Lord ain't give you the mind to understand him and his son, Proverbs 21:16, the man that wandereth, and the so-called white man, I read the word astray in Psalm 58:3. He made you go astray mentally and morally, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, man. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So if it said the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So if the Lord don't give you the understanding of him and his son, then that mean you by default, you following the so-called white man. And the Lord said in Proverbs 3:31, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. But through the philosophy of the so-called white man, Jake is wondering, and like I said in Isaiah 28, verse 7 and 8, their tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean, man. And they're going to die a grievous death. Man, he that wanteth understanding will think upon vain things. Vain is empty. And there's nothing there. And what did this devil do? When you go to Psalm 73:20, the Lord said when he awake, he should despise their image, right? He gave you idol worshiping. Look at this. Psalm 73:20. As a dreamer one awaketh, so, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. When you go to the word image, this devil gave you a vain show, man. Because he's vain. All he can think on is vain things. Look at this. This is the word image in Psalm 73:20. Image. It got images of tumors, mice, heathen gods, image, likeness, a resemblance, mere empty image. It got a strong definition. It's a image, vain show. Especially an idol. Image, vain show. It's a from an unused root meaning to shade, phantom, illusion, vain show, idol. And what he has let people become in America, Babylon the Great, is an idol. And you can't do the things that people can do here in America, Babylon the Great. You can't do this shit nowhere else, no other country. You get put to death, man. You can't do this no other country, man. You get put to death, man. Women ain't wearing pants over there in Dubai, man. And none of those countries where Saudi Arabia, them Arabs ruling, man. You ain't wearing no pants, man. Hey, either you worshiping their idol, either you in China worshiping Buddha. Hey, either you a Hindu worshiping Shiva Jata. Ain't no you following this. So what the so-called white man do in America? He gave you, it's a vain show, illusion, a phantom, especially an idol, man. Oh, I just thought about this. Proverbs, man. This is Proverbs 18:3. When the wicked cometh, then cometh also contempt, and with ignominy reproach. And with ignominy reproach, man. Nothing good, because he's vain. Anyway, Lord was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rikah Kodash. The bonus to the apostles, elder bishop, elders of great millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all that can believe in this truth and pushing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to those elect. Shalom to the outworld who are listening and learning. If you're sister listening and throughout tuning in, may Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua continue to bless you in your houses. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. Till next time I say Shalom. Wa Obab. I want to read this. Proverbs 18:6. A fool's lips enter into contention, and his mouth calleth for strokes. A fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul. See? So everything about the self-proclaimed white man is going to destroy him anyway, man. Man. Let's read these last two. Proverbs 18:11. The rich man's wealth is his strong city. That's why I tell you in Habakkuk 2 that they have built their nests up, they set their house on high, that they may be delivered from the power of evil. All they care about is their wealth, man. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, and as an highway in his own conceit. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. So, hey, until next time, I say shalom, wa ball.